Want to 10x your growth? Discover how only 3 growth hacks in 10 days can change everything. Welcome to the 10-Day Growth Hacking Challenge with Nader Sabri. We're here in our final video, and the first and foremost is congratulations to Marc Jarrett for finishing the 10-Day Growth Hacking Challenge. Hat goes off. And awesome. So we've had some pivots. One of the most interesting things, and I'm going to just kind of spit this out before we get started, get some inputs and feedbacks and advice from Marc, is he had initially designed a larger growth hack, and this happens all the time, and he kept downsizing it to a point where he was able to have low friction entry and a higher impact output. And to me, that my hat goes off to any of the contenders who do that. It's a decision of a lot of courage that a lot of contenders don't realize because they step back like, whoa, my goal is this big, but my action needs to be this small. And that can be very scary for many people. And I think that's a really good thing that you did very early on. And you were able to transition it in a very smooth way. You were taking action very quickly, tapping in your network. We did it, of course, in progressive means. And I think that was really good because the initial signals we had in Hack 1 told me a lot. If you recall, with the signal with the referrals and people willing to refer you based on the value that you've created, which is kind of like a very positive byproduct, people saying yes to what you're saying, but also saying, I'll bring somebody else in, which then gives the natural compounding effect, which is a large part of what you do. So that is, obviously from my side to kick this off, but Marc, give us a bit of feedback on how this challenge has been, some of the impacts, some of the transformations, whether it be mindset or techniques, and how has this helped you? And at the same time, for those tuning in, how could they learn from you? Or if there was just one takeaway you'd like them to walk away with from this challenge, what would it be?
I guess it would be structure. You've helped me get structure into what I'm doing. And it's been a wonderful exercise, not least because it's afforded me the opportunity to catch up with people that I haven't spoken to for, in some case, years.
Wow.
You motivated me also to reach out to, I've got a box here of about 1,000 business cards.
Wow.
So I'm actually reaching out to people that I have connected with at in-person networking events. Do you remember them?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah. Of course, they're all warm leads because I have actually met them in person. But as you of all people know, I'm a big fan of virtual networking. It's clean, it's free, but best of all, I love the globality of it all.
Yes.
And for those of us in the brain game that can sell our services to people globally, virtual networking is definitely the way to go.
Awesome. Fantastic. And what are some of the transformations that you felt through this process? I mean, using this process, I mean, if there was like a transformation or two, what has happened in the last 10 days for you besides structure? I mean, I think, and I can see that, I think like, as we've gone through the process, I agree. I think I've seen that the process with the structure has actually given you a lot in the sense of just boom, let's target, let's hit this thing, more clarity.
Well, it's given me fresh perspectives and new ideas. And I think the survey hack is a perfect way to engage with people in a non-salesy way, because you're genuinely, you're collecting information, which I then hope I can add value to it, and I'll have an accurate snapshot of what their attitude is towards networking, and more importantly, who is their dream client, who is their ideal referral, because the chances are I've got one or more people like that already in my network, and I can make the introduction to them immediately.
And that's amazing. That's the power of virtual networking, because you don't have to schedule and email or whatever it is. I mean, you can just do it immediately, and bam, you can just make it happen instantaneously. And I've seen how fast you work with it. That's quite amazing. So it's been quite rewarding as well, showing Americans how to use WhatsApp, which is quite ironic because it's an American product. But
yeah, not only can I show them how to use it, but more importantly, make those introductions immediately.
Yeah, fantastic. And for those tuning in, one of the big points for Marc has been getting more users to use WhatsApp in the United States, which is funny enough. It's globally very popular, but in the US, it's actually not used much at all. So he's lobbying to get more support from WhatsApp itself and the general community in the US to get more Americans on the system to enhance and accelerate their virtual networking capabilities using WhatsApp, as he already does on a global level.
See it more as a business tool and not just a tool for when their friends and family all day are traveling overseas. Yep. It's actually a very useful business tool as well.
Oh, it is. I mean, I have a couple of people that one guy who was on it got off of it, and I'm trying to get him back onto it actually. And he said it's like completely distracting, and he's got a few points there. But I said, but listen, what it does though, ultimately, if managed properly, it streamlines communications, right? And because of that, it allows us to do business quicker, easier, and more clearly. It fills in communication gaps. So imagine you ask me for a document, about to send that document off to you. There's something you and I have forgotten to discuss. I can easily send you a message, get that thing sorted out, and then send it off to you without you and I having to go into a loop back and forth. Those are some of the really simple communications problems that WhatsApp solves, and allows us to keep frequent, you know? Yeah. So there
right, and then the new messages float straight to the top.
Precisely. Yeah, precisely.
That's
Awesome. Cool. So if there was one single takeaway for those who are watching, who are looking at this challenge and they want to learn something about the challenge or you, or just that one takeaway, what would that one takeaway be to any of the people watching this who want to grow their businesses? What would you give them as a final takeaway from all of this?
Reach out to you, the growth hacking gods.
Thank you. Yeah.
But no, seriously, too. I mean, who doesn't need a growth hacker? And I can think of no other growth hacker better than you. And growth hacking it should feature on all our to-do lists because it's such an integral part of growing our businesses.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's one of the super skills of the future. And that's one of the reasons why I do a lot of training in this space. And a lot of people are like, whoa, super skills of the future. It's going to be an integral part of how you will build a competitive and innovative business in the future, especially with highly disruptive situations that are about to come. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. Awesome. Okay. So as we come to the end, as you know, we always we have two things that we always do at the very end. There's the pay it forward system, nominating 3 more people, okay? And then we have a surprise at the end. So who are you going to nominate to pay this forward to for the next challenges?
Well, I've already nominated Amit, who's working on something really special. And I think together with your skills, he'll be onto something really big there. He's using artificial intelligence and the blockchain to connect dots, and he's created a big co-selling program effectively where it makes it much easier for us all to co-sell each other's services. So I'm really looking forward to that.
Absolutely. Awesome. Okay. And do you have 2 more nominees as well, or are you only nominating him for the next challenge?
Him, and there'll be 2 more. I need to pick 2.
Okay.
And, let you know.
All right. Awesome. No, I'm sure they're going to be amazing because I've already had a chance to speak with Amit, and that's one of the power working with Marc. He gets things done really quick. So we've had a really good conversation. Really amazing guy. Hope to see him in the next season. So that'll be quite amazing. So as we reach the end of the challenge, as you know, in the book, we have 20 spots that we do in here for growth hacking. We've done 3 together. So I challenge every challenger or contender at the end. I say, hey, listen, if you finish all 17 of them in the next 60 days, I want to put you into my all-star program. I leave that up to every challenger to do on their own, to use the energy, the techniques, and the transformations that have happened in the last 10 days for the next 60 days to continuously drive that growth. So I hope to see you in the all-star program. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Awesome, Marc. So congratulations one last time For those who,
Thank you.
as we tune out, for those who want to know more, you can click below to learn more about Marc. Head over to the very first kickoff video to learn more about the story behind this and what Marc is up to. Thank you, Marc. Congratulations. And we'd love to see you forward to see you in the All-Star program.